woke. I hunted, Rob. I hunted for Tobey Maguire's dick. You look goofy.
Do you wanna take a life? Do you wanna cross that line? Because it's a long way back from hell.
I learned a long time ago that there's no sense getting all riled up every time a bunch of idiots give you a hard time. In the end, the universe tends to unfold as it should. Plus, I have a really large penis. That keeps me happy.
Just look at it. Just look at it.
Yeah, well...
What the heck is that?
My mind is a raging torrent, flooded with rivulets of thought, cascading into a waterfall of creative alternatives.
God darn it, Mr. Lamar. You use your tongue prettier than a $20 whore.
Raise my hands because that might have looked like I was doing something else. Camera's on the whole time, huh? Woo! What up, everybody? Welcome to the Nerdrotic Nooner. It's Monday. It's Monday, and I don't hate Mondays. Although there's a song called "I Hate Mondays." I want to shoot the whole day down, based on a school shooting in San Diego. That's a great way to start off, right? This young lady just didn't like Mondays. And yeah, Bob Geldof and the Boomtown Rats made a song about it. And then Bob Geldof wanted to save a bunch of starving children in Africa. And apparently some guy got mad 40 years later because it made Africa look bad. Then they brought in the Africa expert to talk about it on Piers Morgan. And that's the whole story. I might have mentioned that the starving kids in Africa makes Africa look bad. Don't you think? I mean, certainly it's performative when you have a bunch of elitist wankers like fucking Bob Geldof and Bono. Oh, we're going to feed the starving children. Now I'm going to go back in my trailer and sniff cocaine off a hooker's ass. So rude. You're right, chat. So rude. It's a bright. Is it extra bright today? Here, I'm looking at it on my dark monitor. Yeah, it's extra bright today. Here, I can cool it down a little bit. No, wrong. There we go. I wouldn't want to blow your eyes up. My studio's always bright because I have trouble seeing, and I see a lot better when there's more light. That's the method to my madness. All right. What are we going to talk about today? We got a House of the Dragon trailer to go over. I'm a little bit excited about that. I'm working on a video, so this won't be a super long show because poor Garrett is back in the editing dungeon. I've chained him to the editing dungeon. And, oh boy. Yeah, I have lots of research on this one. I don't know if I'm actually going to use it, but there we go. That's coming out. You know, Perry will make 5 dailies out of this and have them out within. I mean, I think he just finished the first daily and he's going to have it out. What's up, Perry? I see you in the chat. I see you in the chat. Jerking off to your girl. It's been a long time since we heard about Frosk. So, yeah, House of the Dragon. And there it is right there. Oh, and we're going to talk about a commie Marvel writer who tried to be cute and get out of his tweet where he was really sorry that the third open attempt to our president failed. I'm sure there's been more that they caught even earlier, but so we'll discuss that. Marvel, I'm sorry, I didn't want to leave anybody out. Marvel Comics, DC Comics, and Image Comics writer. Yeah, we'll get into that. Surprisingly enough, I don't think the dude should get fired. I don't. I'm not into canceling, but I have a solution we'll talk about. Then what else we got? Oh, YouTube. The fuck's going on? What the I have theories. Dave Cullen. Cullen. Did I just say Cullen? Sorry, Dave. Sorry, Dave. Dave Cullen, everybody's favorite Ginge. Go subscribe to Computing Forever. Okay. He just got that channel back. Has a pretty good thread breaking things down. And I'd like to add to it a little bit because it might sound really confusing, but I have a theory which makes me want to break into song every time. I won't do that here, but when I'm with Melissa, because there's the Buffy musical and there's I have a theory. I won't do that. And we'll discuss why these channels are arbitrarily being taken down that should not be taken down. Our boy, he's good. Jay, Drunk 3PO, another channel of his got hit. X-Ray Girl, what channel was it? So it was his gaming channel?
Yeah, the basement, Drunk 3PO's basement.
Okay. Yeah. Well, no, somebody's bringing up Kino. They got flagged. They got straight up flagged. So there is some AI thing running around and arbitrarily taking channels off the platform. I have further theories on this, which might not be good. AI moderation absolutely sucks, but no, Kino Casino needs to be restored like right fucking now because they were flagged and they did not violate TOS. What's TOS? I don't know. I've been on YouTube for technically 12 years and I have no fucking idea. I have no idea. But we'll get to that. Oh, so the trailer's out already. That's good. But first, let's take care of a little business. Jay is the least radical person. Somebody said Jay is the least radical. He is. He is. Jay's a widow teddy bear. He's a widow teddy bear. All right, let's take care of some biz. Where in the hell did it go? Oh, I had the damn thing up and then I took it down, X-Ray Girl. I guess that's a bad transition into AI, but here we go. Hey, it's not it's not Venice's fault. This isn't Venice. Venice has nothing to do with the bullshit that's going on with YouTube, but Alexa listens to us and recommends products based on our conversations. Meta uses our information based on browsing and engagement history to sell to other companies. Why would we assume AI is going to be any different? Because it's not. If you've used any of the leading AI apps, you have probably been censored at some point, even for harmless questions or requests. With Venice AI, it lets you use AI without handing over your sensitive information, with features like messages encrypted and your conversation history is stored only in your browser. AI can be extremely valuable, but we shouldn't have to give up our privacy to use it. Venice utilizes leading open AI models to deliver text, code, and image generation to your web browser. There's no downloads or installations. The Venice Pro plan unlocks the full platform, not performative, platform, and features including PDF uploads for summaries, the ability to turn off safe mode for unhindered image generation, the ability to change how Venice interacts with you by modifying the system prompt, limitless text, and high image limits. If you want to use AI without fear of handing over your most intimate thoughts, you can get 20% off the pro plan by using my link, venice.ai/nerdrotic. That's venice.ai/nerdrotic and use code nerdrotic. Thank you very much. Let's get to the show. I like being unlocked. Ah, Venice. I see you in there. I've always been blown away. I mean, it's age difference, obviously. But talking to my younger friends, the ones who think like the prequels are like genuinely better than the original trilogy, which is just insane. That's an insane statement. You may love them, and I wouldn't take that away from you. They're not better. They're not even in the same league. They're not in the same universe. They're just not. Get better friends. No, it's okay to like them. But like with Indiana Jones, it is interesting to talk to people who go, oh yeah, Last Crusade's the best. I'm like, I love Last Crusade. I love that movie to death. It's not better than Raiders of the Lost Ark. That's one of the greatest films ever made. That's damn near a perfect movie. That is a 10 out of 10 movie. And it's not close. Crusade is the second best, and Temple of Doom, a film that I hated when I was younger, I kind of adore now. So, and there is no other Indiana Jones movies. And if you talk about them, I don't know what you're talking about. You're mixing it up with Alan Quartermain or some other shit. Because there's only 3 Indiana Jones films, and the first one is not called Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. It's called Raiders of the Lost Ark. That's a damn good trilogy. I would say top 4 trilogy, top 3 trilogy to many. I mean, off the top of my head, greatest trilogies of all time, Lord of the Rings, Indiana Jones, Star Wars original trilogy, Back to the Future. Can anybody argue with that? Not below Spy Kids. Matrix, no. The Matrix turns it into like a DEI fucking rave orgy. Godfather. Third Godfather. No, not Alien. If you want to say Star Trek's 1 through 3, not 2 through 4, 1 through 3, motion picture, I will die on this hill, is the most Star Trek movie ever made. And it's great. Sure, you're looking at a Douglas Trumbull animated cloud with Jerry Goldsmith's music going do 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 do. Everybody's looking at screens for like 10 minutes. I don't care. It's great. Dark Knight trilogy. Nope. No, Dark Knight Rises is not a good movie. It's memeable as fuck, but it's not a good movie. I own it. I'd probably even watch it again, but it's not a good movie. The motion picture is, you're right, chat, pure Trek. Pure Trek. It's so good. It has an intro, right? So when you sit down, there's Jerry Goldsmith music playing, an overture. Dude, what was the last film to have an overture? The Hateful Eight. Melancholia, Anna Karenina, Whiplash in 2014, The Brutalist. Oh, The Brutalist has an overture? So they still do them once in a while. Spider-Man 3 is not good. It's not good enough to put it in the conversation. That, you know what? That should have been the greatest trilogy probably ever made. The Cornetto trilogy, that is in the conversation, okay? My mom, I would need a third mom. I don't have a mom trilogy, but I have two moms, and they're not lesbians. Evil Dead trilogy, it's in the conversation too. Man with No Name trilogy, of course. That sounds like that should be a video, don't you think? All right. Oh, you know what? You're not wrong. Cosmortal Comics, Captain America trilogy, best trilogy in the MCU. Not even close. Not Iron Man and Tony Stark had the best character arc, but without a doubt, the best trilogy, the three best movies that were consistent all along, including the underrated First Avenger, which is just a fucking banger. The best trilogy. You're not wrong. I have polite discussions with Mahler, who doesn't like Winter Soldier because he doesn't like the comic book element of Shield just wants to target and just brutally murder from space a bunch of the population. That doesn't bother me. It doesn't, and like your mileage may vary on that one. I understand, but it doesn't bother me at all. I think the whole Cap sacrificing everything for his friend, plus it's also doing the right thing, I'd love that movie. Love it to death. And some people, I remember some people not liking Civil War. I love Civil War. Oh, my mother-in-law is my third mother. Well, she's okay. The one I would consider my mother-in-law has passed, who was Melissa's stepmom. She has passed, and I loved her to death. So I guess for a while I had a mother trilogy. Okay, let's start with the trailer, and then we'll get to yes, Spider-Man Noir. Like, they block your fucking live stream if you play it. So I'm going to play it anyway. Fuck them, because we're on Rumble, so you can see it on Rumble, and we'll have to cut it out later. But I'm really looking forward to Spider-Man Noir. I think the color version looks terrible. I think go with the black and white version, and you get a Sin City vibe. But let's start with House of the Dragon. Oh, okay. Real quick. Did you hear why DC had to pull the Lanterns trailer down, guys? So the Lanterns trailer had to be yanked from DC and Warner Brothers YouTubes. And the answer is funny as fuck. They got hit with a copyright claim on music from Sony. The irony of Warner Brothers, who are the biggest fucking assholes with copyright claim on the music side for sure, and definitely on the movie side, getting hit by Sony, who are almost as big of assholes, and it forced them to pull down one of their big show trailers because they didn't get the proper rights to a song from Bruce Springsteen. Which, what are you putting a Bruce Springsteen song in anything and making people wanting to like it? Bruce Springsteen fucking sucks and has always sucked. He's always LARPed as I'm a working class man. He's fucking rich boy. So the Lantern trailer got yanked because of fucking copyright, and I just love it. Fuck you, Warner Brothers. Get fucked in the ass. It makes me happy that you had to pull down your trailer because you got a copyright strike because one of your intern dipshits didn't get the rights. You know what? That Emergency Awesome did a video on it, Charlie. So that happened to Zack Snyder with the Snyder Cut briefly, and they had to put it back up. But yes, the Lanterns trailer didn't get pulled down because it sucked. It got pulled down for a copyright strike. That's fucking funny. Yeah, they'll probably replace it with a Bon Jovi song. Ugh. Ugh. What fucking music from New Jersey? It's like the fucking worst. Except for Monster Magnet, okay? They rule. Yeah, Lanterns was the show I was kind of looking forward to. I like the casting a lot until I heard the name Damon Lindelof. Then all hopes were gone. Misfits too. All hopes were gone. All right, let's do this. A little hot D. I will be covering this with the hot D crew. Shad, Mahler, Ryan. I feel like I'm forgetting somebody. Fringy. And the invitation is always open to others. I think we'll bring Nerd Cookies on if she wants to come on. And Jane Theory, the invitation's always open to Jane Theory if she wants to come on. All right, here we go.
You now have the power no man has ever wielded.
We will have an empire unassailable, Rhaenyra, and our children will rule it forever and a day.
All that remains.
It looks like they're going into, we're making all of this shit up and it's not gonna match the book other than maybe some battles. Because Alicent isn't in the book, like, at all, for big chunks. I won't say specifically, but she's just out of the picture. And it doesn't look. I saw Rhaenyra's going to have armor on at one point, and that could track for one scene. Certainly, we'll see if they have her in battle. What the worst crime for this show was, I mean, aside from HBO cutting off the last 2 episodes of season 2, is everybody who did it behind the scenes and wanted to over explain things, and it just made it worse. It just made it worse. So we will see. And it looks like we're going to get more Matt Damon Targaryen. I'll back up a little bit.
That your heart would have recoiled from.
All right. I mean, it doesn't really give you an idea of the giant battle that is coming, like huge. But this is interesting.
I'm going to kill my brother or die in the attempt.
So, as you guys know, House of the Dragon is based on the Dance of the Dragons, which is basically a Wikipedia history. So there's a lot of blanks you can fill in, and this is something that's kind of new. Definitely something that they didn't do in the book. Sorry if I'm talking funny. I have my Invisalign in. Apologies. So
draw your sword.
Play the rest again. I think it was all right, you know. I thought it was all right. Hang on just a second. I'm not going to say it's the greatest trailer I've ever seen, but I don't hate it. It's going to feel like Whiplash. Say you completely skipped Game of Thrones and the first thing you saw was A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, and you go to this, and it's not a happy story. It's not a happy story. As a matter of fact, I think one of the complaints for many about House of the Dragon, which I like quite a bit, is the lack of levity. And one of their biggest mistakes was leaving out Mushroom. So there's 3 perspectives in the book, and one of them is a court jester named Mushroom, who's a midget, and he's funny. So he tells, because there's a maester, there's a septon, and then there's Mushroom. So you get like 2 political perspectives, one based on the Seven, the other based on, the Citadel's point of view, and then you get all the dirt, all the sex and everything from Mushroom. And him not being in this in some, like, maybe you make him a narrator. I don't know, but they didn't want to repeat. They thought it would just be a repeat of Tyrion. And I think it's a huge mistake because he would have provided a lot of levity. So we will see. June 21st, it comes out. Yeah, Mushroom's version is not always right, but it's the most entertaining by far. Yeah, and just have Peter Dinklage play him since he doesn't want any other midgets to work. But you know what? I think it looks all right. It's only got 2 more seasons to go. And listen, this is what Rhaenyra should be. Our bros at our hilts hurt. This is what because Rhaenyra was the realm's delight. She was a pretty young little girl, and then she gets like this. That's what she's supposed to look like. Roundira the Cruel. If you like Game of Thrones, The Song of Ice and Fire discussions, go to R. Hilt's Hurt. They're funny. And they're one of the precious few A Song of Ice and Fire channels that aren't fundamental progressive leftist communists who need to spurg out about politics every 10 minutes or celebrate Charlie Kirk's death. So R. Hilt's Hurt. House of Donuts. All right, so that's yeah, it looks all right. So we will be covering that, of course, live after it airs every Sunday with the crew. It'll be fun. The chat is always lively in those. I remember we were doing the live stream for a Night of the Seven Kingdoms, and if you looked at our chat, you would have thought with the flashback episode, you would have thought everybody hated it in the world, and it was like, no, it was just our chat. And they didn't hate it, but they're like, that flashback was unnecessary. And it might have felt like, I understand how people felt that way, especially in a half-hour episode. But you watch them back to back, it works really good. House of Diabetes. House of Diabetes. Now, people say it's boring. I'm not going to argue with you. I was into it, though. I think Night of the Seven Kingdoms I think it'll be the best show this year. And that's, we got The Gentleman coming out. Really, I think The Gentleman is coming out in the next couple of months, guys. Gentleman season 2. Can't wait. We'll be doing watch parties for that. So let's go to Cullen. Let's find Dave Cullen. There we go. So Drunk 3PO's gaming channel has been taken down. Sugar Tits, Bering's wife, I believe. Sugar Tits lost her channel. The Philosopher, I don't know if that's her. She's anti-communist. She's Asian. Her channel got taken down. I'm trying to think of everybody who's Yellow Flash had his live stream taken down. That's back up. Yeah, there it is. Okay. So yeah, it's hard to keep track now. What the hell's going on? I'm trying to find where did it go, Dave? He's got a couple threads on this. Give me just a second. Because he has a theory. Where'd it go? Well, we'll start here. We'll start here. I do not wish to sound hyperbolic, but this is a major crisis happening on YouTube. At present, channels are being wrongfully demonetized for alleged inauthentic content. The demonetization wave is happening at a never-before-seen scale. Livelihoods are being destroyed, and they are. And it's very, very arbitrary what's going on. This issue needs to be reported by the biggest news, commentary, and reaction channels on the platform as to raise YouTube's awareness. They must address these wrongful demonetizations and reverse them. Now, I need to find his... I just saw it. Maybe I bookmarked it.
Check the link I put in the private chat, if that's the one.
It's the one where he's got a screen cap of the letters that are going out. That's it. Thank you, X-Ray Girl. That's what I was looking for. Okay. Reading the emails that demonetized YouTubers have been receiving, it's clear this wave of demonetization has little to do with AI and more to do with YouTube subjectively determining the creative worth and value of content, which is unbelievable. Continued. So we'll read this real quick. Hi, monetization on your channel has been disabled because we've determined that a significant portion of your channel does not comply with the YouTube Partner Program terms. As a participant in YouTube Partner Program, you must meet several content quality guidelines. We've included some examples of content that doesn't meet these standards because it's seen as inauthentic content. Inauthentic content refers to content that seems like it has been mass-produced. This can mean content that looks like it has been made with a template, has minimal variation across videos, or is a slideshow with low narrative, commentary, and educational value. Now, this is to fight AI because AI could just be put on a conveyor belt and just spammed out there. We'll get back to that. Examples include content that exclusively features reading of other materials you did not originally create, like text from website or news feeds. Songs you did not originally create that have been modified to change the pitch or speed, but are otherwise identical to the original song. Highly repetitive content with minimal variation across videos, mass-produced or content using a similar template across multiple videos, image sideshows, or scrolling text with minimal or no narrative, commentary, or educational value. We know this is tough news, and sometimes we have to make difficult decisions, or your AI does. We have a responsibility to ensure to our community is safe for creators, viewers, and advertisers. At the same time, we understand that you may unintentionally made mistakes. That's why we're able to reapply for the YouTube Partner Program in 90 days. The 90-day time period allows you to make changes to your channel to make sure that you're within our policies. Okay. Colin goes on to say, they're demonetizing entire channels because they subjectively believe that some content is repetitive and looks like templates. This is a matter of personal taste. YouTube no longer wishes to monetize content that looks like it uses visual formulas and templates. It's crazy. It's a crazy rule because it's really about tone and creativity policy or policing, which YouTube should not be in the business of doing. Taste is subjective. Templates and formulas are cultural universals in entertainment, which is why we have sitcoms and police crime dramas. Faceless YouTube channels are often first on the chopping block because they enjoy the use of things like stock backgrounds, cartoon avatars, and repetitive visuals animation. YouTube is now putting these channels in the same bucket as low-value slideshows and AI slop, and that is true. But they're also hitting people who are on camera most of the time. As per usual, those appeals are stonewalled by YouTube support, receiving copy and paste repetitive templated replies. Ironic, I know. There you go. Thank you for pointing that out. And gaslit into believing they've broken the rules somehow. Users are instructed to make use of the Kafkaesque appeals process, where they must make a video explaining why they should be remonetized by demonetizing their demonstrating their human input. These videos are often not watched by any human reviewer, rendering the process pointless. Why did YouTube have to be so unilaterally punitive? Why destroy the livelihoods of countless YouTubers in such a cavalier fashion when they could have at least first warned them of the policy change and given channels time to modify their future content. Of course, the changes shouldn't be necessary in the first place, but the complete lack of thought towards the income on hardworking content creators is the most egregious aspect of the whole situation. And it's not just about that. Most content creators on YouTube aren't here for money. They're happy if they make their $50 a month or whatever. It's a hobby. It's something they do on the side while they have their day job, and they love it. That's how I started my channel. And it's going to discourage people from starting new channels, which is completely antithetical and opposite to what YouTube said they were going to do. Is they're going to start pumping. I know they said that. I don't believe it, but they said it. Templates and visual signatures are also universals across mass media. The use of avatars and specific editing formats are part of a channel's branding, identity, and visual language. Subscribers come to expect them from their favorite content creators. Well said, Dave. Go subscribe to Computing Forever and the Dave Cullen Show. We love Dave. Dave gave my channel its first and most significant shout out. And when he did that, I got a bunch of subs, got a message from Bowles Trek who said, dude, he just shouted. And it was unbelievable because I watched Dave forever. So I will always be grateful to Dave. So I think another thing we need, so it is to fight AI, because in India and Pakistan and other countries, they're just going to be serving up AI slop. They're already cloning my videos with my voice. They're cloning Critical Drinker, and I'm sure they're going to clone, they'll find a way to clone Asmongold and anybody and everybody they can. They're also with I know it's been in the news quite a bit. The thing that's hurting YouTube the most, more than AI, is shorts. Shorts are fucking terrible. I've always thought they were terrible. They don't really work on this platform, but it's the largest growth sector on YouTube. And maybe they maxed out, the things like that happen. Like Netflix really is, it gets new subs, but its super growth is maxed out because there's only so many people in the world. And the same thing might have happened to YouTube. The other thing YouTube really loves about shorts is they don't have to pay creators as much, but they get just as much content, if not more, and the payout is lower. So logic dictates, as a business person, that's the thing you'd want to focus on. I hate them. I don't watch them. Every time I get a chance to click that little thing, see fewer shorts, I click it every fucking time. I will not make them. And if I did make them, it would be somewhere else. Jump into TikTok or whatever, or Instagram. It would be other place. I would not do it here. And there would just be fucking clips from my live streams. I wouldn't specifically do them. And I wouldn't tag something on to other people's content and claim it as my own. Maybe I'm a big dummy for doing that, but that's stealing. And as you may know, got in a little trouble in my past for stealing. Stealing is dishonest. So it goes against the program I run. It goes against everything. So yeah, I don't steal. Yeah, so here's Jay's dropping like dominoes. Gaming channel has been demonetized. I'm just reading this off to you. Drunk 3PO's basement. So yeah, if you can always with the stupid thing is you can get a hold of YouTube on Twitter, on X, which is just fucking retarded. But Team YouTube, my experience with them has always been really good. I think they try really hard. They have to deal with a lot of shit that they're not involved in their department. So I would recommend not cussing them out, but helping Jay, saying, please take a look at this. because they've always been very pleasant to me, right? And I think they do want to help, and it probably frustrates the hell out of them when stuff like this happens. It does. Not that it's going to help, but I've got an appointment to talk to my partner manager, and I think anybody who's got one should talk to them about this subject, and we'll see what happens. And then bigger YouTubers need to say stuff. I doubt Mr. Beast will say a fucking thing. Moist Critical, whoever other big YouTubers out there, they need to start saying shit. We'll see if something changes. Enough bitching about YouTube. I know this is the last thing you want to hear, but it's going to affect up and coming channels, mid-level channels quite a bit. And it's going to discourage people from coming on your platform. So it's really fucking stupid. Stop doing it. Stop doing it. Shout out to Jay. Shout out to Jay. Okay, so there's a Marvel Comics writer. I don't know how long he's been on the scene. Denise Camp. He wrote for Ultimates. I think he wrote one Absolute title. And I think some of his comics have sold well. Wes from Thinking Critical made a great video on the subject, and he's way more in tune into new Marvel and DC comics than I am because he actually reads them and I do not. I stopped reading new Marvel and DC comics many years ago now. I gave up my favorite hobby in the world, the one I loved the most. Well, one aspect of this hobby, which was going to the store and getting my funny books every Wednesday at my local comic shop, my LCS. I get my new funny books. I read them throughout the week. It was the joy of my life. And I gave it up. I gave it up overnight because of Tom King. Tom fucking King. Tom King woke up one day and just decided he wanted to cancel Jay Lee for kicks. Fuck Tom King. He's a fucking snitch and a bitch. But yeah, so haven't gone back and don't miss it. And all that money that would have gone to new comics now goes to old comics. So it still goes to the shop. It just doesn't go to Marvel and DC. Fuck them both. They don't deserve my money. They clearly hate me and a lot of other people and want you to die. So Denise Camp, writer of the Ultimates, an Absolute book or whatever, after the third attempted assassination of President Trump, this guy posted this. Missed again. Whoopsie doopsie. And I posted, this is a writer for both Marvel and DC and Image Comics. Rob Liefeld, Todd McFarlane. Imagine what he thinks of some of the people who buy his comics. It's not any different. It's not any different. He's happy to take your money. Oh, and he's a full-on commie, by the way. So go watch it. Go watch after this. Go watch Wes from Thinking Critical's video about this, and he'll break down like some of the comics that he's read. He says Wes says he's a really overrated writer. I wouldn't know, but he fills his books with a lot of communist, or at least one book with a lot of communist messaging. And it doesn't surprise me. It's a dude who, I don't know, grew up in the Midwest and moved to New York, and New York's probably a perfect place for him. But he tried to be cutesy about this, right? And I saw you in the chat earlier. I'm going to try to find your post. I don't know if I can, though. Gosh darn it. Oh, my God. I got to show you that later. Maybe it's in the Geeks and Gamers. Is there a Geeks and Gamers article on this? I think. Let's see. X-Ray Girl, look for a Geeks and Gamers article. Because there's a post with the dartboard. There it is. Let's see. Do we have the post of the dart? There it is. Okay, good. All right, I got it. From geeksandgamers.com. All right, Marvel DC writer Denise Camp sparks backlash after missed again post following Trump assassination attempt. Camp wrote missed again, a comment that, while not explicitly referencing President Trump, quickly drew scrutiny due to its timing. Within minutes, readers and social media users began connecting the post to failed attack. The lack of context only fueled speculation, and the response was swift. Well, listen, he doesn't like Trump. We know why he did it. So don't play cute. Don't play coy. We know what it meant. One user replied, pretty sickening to see a writer I once admired wishing death upon a president of the United States. Denise Camp is a comic book writer who worked across Marvel, DC, and independent publishers, building and growing a profile in the industry over the past 2 years. I do believe it was Wes who said that Rob Liefeld called him the new Alan Moore. Oh, God. We don't need a new Alan Moore. A Disney-owned Marvel Camp has written the Ultimates, part of the publisher's modern Ultimate Universe line, has also contributed to X-Men related projects, including Children of the Vault. There he is. Warner Brothers owned DC. He's written Absolute Martian Manhunter, a remaining class Justice League character as part of the Absolute Universe, blah, blah, blah. So here is his follow-up. Rather than clarifying the situation in a direct way, Camp followed up with with a series of posts that many saw as making things worse. Oh, he's making things worse. I'm so bad at darts. People are really passionate about darts. Now, what Ryan pointed out on Geeks and Gamers Daily this morning is this is a Google stock image. And when I pointed it out last night, he blocked me. I don't know if he deleted the tweet or not. Does anybody know? If I could go check, I guess. I could check. Let's see. Nope, it's still there. It's still there. Now, I don't think the guy should get fired. I think he should be forced to apologize or clarify. I think you bring him to heel because he is. So Marvel doesn't have employees; they have contractors. Same with DC. And you remind him that all of his what he probably feels, all of his validation as a comic book writer that you could probably consider I don't know what's below Z-list, a below Z-list celeb within a very small and shrinking industry, that you remind him that he's a fucking employee, he's a contractor, and you will abide by the corporation that's really giving you all your money and all your fame and giving you everything you had, because if you went out on your own in the independent sphere, nobody would give a fuck about you. Nobody would. So your wagon is hitched to the big two. And I'd remind them of that. They won't, because they all agree with them. Why this is bigger than one post. Camp isn't just another random social media user. He's a writer tied to both Marvel and DC, with credits that include the Ultimates and Absolute Martian Manhunter. The connection is part of why this story spread so quickly. Readers began tagging publishers and questioning whether they would be any response. So far, neither Marvel or DC has issued a public statement, and they won't. They won't. They want this to blow over, and it probably will. Somebody celebrating Charlie Kirk got fired. But these are the people who create your entertainment. This is supposed to be escapism, and this is precisely the reason the comic industry is shrinking. There's a lot of factors, but one of the main factors goes back a decade: treatment of the customer. And for a long time, and I think a lot of creatives still feel this way, that they are not accountable for treatment to the customer. I'm a contractor. I am only accountable to the person who pays me. I don't think the contractor sees it that way. I don't think Marvel or DC is a big enough deal to either parent company to even address this. It would be just not even worth the headache. Particularly with DC, which could change quite a bit, because DC is about to belong to David Ellison and Paramount. And Marvel, this is the worst shape Marvel Comics has ever been in, ever. Just recently, they couldn't even crack the top 10 unless they were having a crossover with Batman. We don't know how many real retailers are left. They stopped recording comic book sales. Comic book sales are based on an aggregate and average between 125 shops and their POC sales. So that sales they have to ring up through their POC program. A lot of shops go out on the side and do that. So they're not accurate. They stopped reporting comic sales because they got so low. It's an industry in decline towards its end, and they can't afford shit like this. But, some people are just fucking stupid. Some people are just stupid. But if Hollywood, publishing, comics, games, if they want to know what the problem is, it's guys like that. It is. What you do about it is up to you. But half the country is going to get turned off immediately, which is half of your potential customers that maybe would have gone out and buy an Absolute Martian Manhunter. And most of them don't know who a comic book artist's name is or a comic book writer's name is. Most of them don't know or don't care. And of casual readers, which there are very few of now, which is why the comic industry has experienced shrinkage. What's left are the hardcores of the hardcores. And now you do know his name, and you will always apply it to this. Most of you probably never heard of this guy before, but now you know. Jose Taco, is that new news? It hasn't updated on Wikipedia yet about Jerry Conway. Do we have confirmation? I don't want to say that until we have confirmation. Yeah, you're the one who responded to him with the yeah. So you called him out on the darts. So yes. Cosmortal Comics, if I'm saying that right, sorry, was the one who called him out. And I got blocked too. It's a blessing. Marvel website already posted about Conway. Okay, so yeah, Jerry Conway has passed away. Legend, Jerry Conway. Ugh. May he rest in peace. Try harder. Try harder. R.I.P. Jerry Conway. Losing a lot of greats. All right, we're going to get to the square up portion because I don't have a ton of time today. I just had it up and it's gone now. Hail from the road. Should I pull over during my nooner? Dr. Schlurpo, it depends on like how skilled you are, to be honest with you. Depends on your skills. But thank you for being a member for 19 months. Hail, Gary. All the Marvel writers nowadays are pinkos. Most red flags all around, more red flags all around them than a Chinese parade. You are correct. The commie shouldn't be canceled, but his lame ass can still be called out. Thinking Critical did an entire video segment on him, and yes, it's very good. It's very good. 14 months. Dang, that's almost a whole year. It's yeah. Jerry Goldsmith's son, Joe Goldsmith, did the awesome music for all Stargate shows. R.I.P. Is that true? That's awesome. I did not know that. Jediah Ben is a new member. Welcome. Snacks for 2 months says, I made a YouTube video. You can't find it even when you're searching the full title. You have to go directly to the channel. That's not unusual. That is not unusual. You'd think they would be a little better than that. It just takes time, Snacks. It just takes time. But it's stupid. It's really stupid. It's really stupid. There we go. All right. We're going to get to the questions from Friday. And we'll start with Anonymous for $10. Says, thank you all for keeping me entertained and distracted today. My dog passed away from lung cancer last night. She was 15 and lived a long and happy life. Oh, poor doggo. Lily was the sweetest dog. Corgi Blue Healer Mix. My heart is broken. Mankind doesn't deserve dog. It doesn't. Anonymous. R.I.P. doggo. Good long life, but yeah, it's never easy. Matthew Hammond for $2 says, I am so happy that for Gary and sorry for Garrett that the Savant is coming out this summer. Is Ample dumping it to meet contractual obligations, or are they proud of it? I think they're proud of it. I still think they're proud of it. You got to keep in mind that there were people who were upset, including Jessica Chastain, that it was put off at all. And Apple's going to have a new CEO. I'm going to take out my Invisalign. Hang on. That's better. I have to eat something soon. So plus it's annoying as hell. I think it'll be weekly. I think the Savant will be weekly, and I can't wait. The thing is, man, it's going to be epic after this month. this was kind of like our chill month. It is going to be busy as fuck the rest of the year for what we do anyway, because we cover a lot of streaming TV here. So there will be something to do every month. And then, Garrett, it's not going to be possible for Garrett to edit both Rings of Power and Harry Potter at the same time, but that's kind of where we're headed. So I don't know. I might have to return to editing for a little while, guys. I think that's the solution. It looks like this December I return to editing, maybe sooner. I edited one video last year, female Silver Surfer on Nerdrotic Daily. Been a minute, but I think I'm going to have to return to editing. Bat Perez for 30 says, Gary, you guys should ask Razorfist what he thinks of the Michael movie since he is such a big defender against the pedo accusations. I meant, don't stop till you get enough, right? Don't stop till you get enough. Yes. Razorfist has some pretty convincing videos. That Michael was a weird dude, but he missed his childhood and he just wanted to be a child, so he wasn't actually having relations with the kids, we'll say. And most of the kids have come out and said nothing happened. Nothing happened. There have been lawsuits, but it's never been proven in court. And Razorfist knows more than I, and actually Jeremy knows more too. I was never the biggest fan of Michael Jackson. Just wasn't. Looks like Razor liked the movie. It looks like everybody liked the movie who watched it. I don't feel the need to rush out to see it. But I think I'm wondering if Razor will do a review. That'll be interesting. Angry Duckling for 5. Several years ago, I thanked you guys for helping me get through a dark spot in life. I am now married, and on Monday, my beautiful wife gave birth to our first baby boy. I love that first. Let's fucking go. Angry Duckling, congratulations. Life can truly begin for you now. That's fucking awesome. See, this too shall pass. All the good times won't stay good forever. Dark times won't stay dark forever. I want to expand on what Ryan said this morning because it was really good about this fucking commie fuckface going out there and making this comment and literally losing a bunch of customers for him and for Marvel and DC overnight. And this is something that drove me crazy at the comic shop. So Gail Simone back in the day would yuck it up with people on Twitter, and it would piss people off. I would see it when people came in and go, cancel my Birds of Prey subscription because Gail Simone called me a whatever on Twitter. So I saw it happen. So one day, the first time I got booted on Twitter or got suspended was, I told her to shut the fuck up. You're hurting my comic sales. And I got in trouble. But I saw that happen in real time. And the thing is, Ryan pointed out, this is the failure of gaming, Hollywood, publishing, everything, is we go to, especially big tent, mass entertainment things, pop culture things, for escapism. It's a crazy world right now. It's a fucking crazy world. And people need and deserve relief once in a while. Now you can just shut the shit off, which I highly recommend you do. Don't take, especially if you're into politics. I don't care. I don't give a fuck who you are. It burns you out quick because it's all really shitty news. So escapism is important. We've talked about this on this channel since day one. Escapism is important. It does help. It does get people through some dark times. And when you have artists and writers who use our escapism as platforms or go out there and attack half the country, it removes the veil, it breaks the spell, and that's what an activist wants. That's why activists have gotten into entertainment, because I mean, you heard it during the BLM riots, you heard it from Bad Reboot, Enough White Comfort. They don't want you to be comfortable. An activist never wants you to be comfortable, because their job is activism. They always have to be doing something as related to activism, and they don't want you comfortable. They want you on your back feet all the time, so they can wear you down with attrition. So they want to take away your fun stuff. Absolutely. And it is part of the plan. Whether that was the plan from the beginning, no, I don't know. But that is definitely part of it. Hail panel and chat. Disparu, you're fucking awesome, bro. As you're funny as fuck. Ryan, thanks for hating. X-Ray Girl, thank you. Gary, cheers for all the advice and laughs. Hail the mods and everyone else. Check out my gaming channel. If people are interested, just look at Jiggy Doss on YouTube. Miso-son has gifted 5 Nerdrotic memberships for $25. Alex901 has gifted 5 Nerdrotic memberships for $25. The Fabulous Flapjack for $1.99. Rocket Man doesn't get enough credit. Great movie. You know, I haven't seen Rocket Man. Is that bad? What? I have not seen Rocket Man. Maybe I should. Mythic Quest, oddly accurate and a fun watch, says Hannibal Grimm. Samurai for $20. Invincible. Why don't we talk about about how good it is? Because I didn't think Invincible was that good. I mean, I'm in the minority. Brother, Samurai's been around for a long time. But I'll give you an example why I dipped out on Invincible. Almost, I liked the first season. That was fine. I'm not the biggest fan of the comic book. We don't need to have this window open. Let's go to. I'm going to find that Robert Kirkman quote. Here it is. And we'll use Disparu's tweet here. Here we go. This is why I stopped. I read the comic and I'm fine with that. I don't need to see a cartoon of a comic I read. That the comic will be better. I agree with Yellow Flash's assessment that the ending is a bit wonky and not kind of rallies a little bit, but it's a unnecessarily wonky end because I think they just started running out of story. But I didn't love it when it first came out. I have them all, which apparently is worth a lot of money now, which is great, and I should probably sell it now before the series ends. But yeah, this is, if you want to know why, this is why, because I'm just sick to death of this shit. Now, this is something that happened recently, but we all know what the biggest problem of season 1 was, don't we? Invincible creator Robert Kirkman explained why they gender swapped Tech Jacket in the TV series. One of the downsides of Invincible is Corey Walker and I were like 23 and 21 when we started the book, and your default when you're not really paying attention is yourself. Every time we introduce another character, oh, look, it's another white male. Who knew? It's just a shortcoming that we didn't quite notice and have done our due diligence to correct. So you made him a female? I mean, if you made him like an Asian male, at least you're saying there's a difference between men and women, I guess. Invincible creator Robert Kirkman explains how he's an old racist, sexist cuck now. That is why. Now, I don't think it's probably as bad as The Boys. The Boys is, we will be doing a season 5 review. I'm catching up on all The Boys. And other than reviewing, I think I did live reviews of the first season, like that was a long time ago, that I liked. I'll be doing a season 5 review, but it'll be a retrospective on pretty much everything since season 2 and my thoughts that I've been kind of holding back on. And I'll be happy to not hold back because The Boys season 5 is fucking awful. It is awful. You can take the allegory, which is kind of hard. You can take the allegory out, and it is just plain bad. The dialogue is bad. The characterization is bad. The special effects aren't very fucking good. The joke is tired. It is, and there's nobody to give a fuck about. And even like IGN dipped out on it. IGN gave it a 5. The last episode of 5. So I think it's going to end in disaster. I was like, Gary, I heard on Facebook you got the chair. Turn it into a toilet like it in Idiocracy. Maybe clank, clank, I'm a tank. Yes, I did win the chair. Judah for $2. The woman pushing male hate seemed to love Islam. Okay. They split it up in the two worlds. X-Rigger, you could just post in the private chat any update on like when the chair gets picked up. Forgive me, I'm hungry. I need to eat real quick. Oh, you got it. Oh, you already got it. Holy shit. Well, that's awesome. Yeah, it's probably like, she said it's super light. I'm guessing it's a prop, so it's not anything super expensive, but holy shit, that's great. Well, Mama's in Wisconsin right now. So that is brilliant. She's got it. DC MCU writing is so bad now. You can see the contrast in the Netflix Daredevil compared to Disney Daredevil. They need good writing again. Yeah, I think, honestly, thank you for backing me up there. I think the biggest contrast between good Marvel and bad Marvel is Daredevil. Because now you have the same actors. You brought them back. They all look great. And the writing is absolutely fucking abysmal. And the thing is, I do genuinely believe they're trying with this one. They're trying to like not be the MCU that sucked. They're like, we're going to try. They don't know how. They don't know how. Disney doesn't know how to Marvel anymore. And it's an argument can be made that they never did. There was a lot of carryover from the Paramount days. Kevin Feige had checks and balances. When the checks and balances were taken away from Kevin Feige. Also, when they killed Tony fucking Stark, it was posted yesterday that Kevin Feige wanted to kill all 6 Avengers. And even the Russos are like, whoa. No, so they put the kibosh on it so Kevin Feige could kill the rest of the 6 Avengers in phases 4 and 5. So Kevin Feige didn't have he guided creatively, but he had checks and balances. Once those checks and balances were gone, he saw himself as a creative. Kevin Feige came up with the let's put John Krasinski in as Mr. Fantastic and blow his head off. That'll be fun. That'll be fun. Yeah, Kevin Feige sucks now. He just sucks. If he would have retired after Endgame, they would have renamed Hollywood after him. Forget Walk of Fame. They would name streets after him. He'd be the king of Hollywood. Now he sucks. And he needs to go. And I don't think there's anybody who can replace him, but he sucks and he needs to go. He's like the coach that had the great quarterback, won a bunch of Super Bowls, but once that quarterback was gone, the coach stuck around and it was mediocrity and then diminishing returns and then just pure suckage. And they hang on to him because 20 years ago, he won some rings. That's what Kevin Feige is. He needs to go. And I think Daredevil is the greatest example, and I think that should be a precursor to all of us what Doomsday is going to look like. Doomsday is going to look like, this is the best case scenario for Doomsday. It looks like Deadpool and Wolverine. I'm Being Kind, a 7 out of 10 movie that is completely carried by Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman with monumental flaws. Made a bunch of money, but be real, of the 3 Deadpool movies, a pretty good trilogy. That's a pretty good trilogy. Which one are you going to rewatch the most? Deadpool 1, of course. Gina's in that one. You want BTAS? They'll give you Caped Crusader. Batman the Animated Series, they'll give you Caped Crusader. Oh, you want Batman the Animated Series, they'll give you Caped Crusader. Gotcha. I get that. Yes. Andrew Musgrave for $5. I really like you guys. Oh, here comes a but. But I think your show would be a lot better if Az would stop speaking in riddles and let us know how he really feels. You know, I've been telling Az, stop holding back, dude. Stop holding back. But he's just, yeah, someday he'll just come out and speak as it is and tell you how he really feels. Someday, we hope. So Disney's setting up killing all the Netflix shows by bringing them back, I guess. And listen, you're not going to have to try very hard to kill the Netflix shows because outside of Daredevil, most of the Netflix shows were not very good. They just weren't. First half of Luke Cage was good till they killed Cottonmouth. Iron Fist sucked. Both seasons sucked. Punisher season 1 was okay. Season 2 sucked. Jessica Jones, I'd say outside of Daredevil, Jessica Jones season 1 was the best Netflix series because of David Tennant. Season 2 sucked. The Defenders sucked. Any chance? You know what? They're all going to look fucking great compared to D+ series. You know that's going to happen. Any chance Cara Dune shows up in Mando? Secret Samurai for $2. Maybe. I mean, I wouldn't know. She didn't ask me. I would recommend that Gina stay as far away from Star Wars as humanly possible. I know she loves the Cara Dune fans who showed her incredible loyalty. But Disney didn't apologize to her. And Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau didn't say a fucking word publicly in her defense. And both of them could have. Neither of them were risking their job by just going, you don't even have to agree with what Gina said. It's just, we miss her. She was a really hard worker and she was a good person. You could have said something nice. They didn't say anything. Not a fucking word. So, and Gina was being nice. They had the talk. And not that, again, she's listening to me, but I would stay as it's bad for her brand. Star Wars would be bad for her brand. She's done a lot of work. Why does Barrymore look like the president of Mexico? Well, she got old. Ministry of Wrong Think. But yeah, she kind of does, doesn't she? I'm infiltrating this live stream. You in big trouble, says Opinion Rat for $5. Is that utterly Noah? I was watching that shit go down. It's so fucking funny. So most of you have probably not heard of Otterly Noah, and it's part of some sphere that really hates Drinker and throws me and Az in too. And they expose the grift. They're exposing the grift. Let me give you my assessment. If Mahler is out there, he can correct me if I'm wrong because he went over this in autistic detail. Autistic detail. And let's see. I have some notes on this because it's kind of hard to explain. Okay. So Otterly Noah makes videos exposing the grift of Will, the critical drinker. He must be stopped. Within that video, he gets and they did 2 EFAPs on this. I can't recommend them enough. They break down like he either misunderstands or purposefully misunderstands what Drinker is saying specifically in the video, and then runs with a narrative that is objectively wrong throughout the entire video. But the key word here is grifter. He calls me and Will and Az a grifter. But the lore on this is hilarious because basically it's a dude who calls Will, Az, and yours truly and others grifters, accuses us of calling each other to coordinate for videos. I want you to pin that one right there. The dude, Otterly Noah, who calls us grifters, gets caught plagiarizing videos of dudes calling us grifters. You heard me right. So he makes a video calling out Drinker that was a plagiarized video of somebody else calling out Drinker. Dude who calls us grifters, who got caught plagiarizing videos calling us grifters, unwittingly proves dudes calling us grifters contact each other to coordinate. So through the leaked messages and everything, it turns out they're very collaborative, very, very collaborative in their original videos, calling people grifters and accusing us of collaborating behind the scenes. Dude who calls us grifters, who got caught plagiarizing dudes who calls us grifters, coordinates a false flagging of a channel, Kino Flex Reviews, who was calling him out for being a plagiarist, that proves he plagiarized videos calling us grifters. So he false flagged Kino Flex's review over a thumbnail. And what he did was he got his thumbnail artist to do it and then denied doing it, absolutely denied doing it, and then got caught and then copped to doing it. And then the DMs got released. And it's like, yeah, I need you to flag down this channel, and here's what you do, and here's how you do it. Like all the specifics in the world. You can't make this shit up, dude. So the people calling us grifters, the person calling us grifters, was stealing other people's content so he could make a video calling us grifters. Those who preach the most have the most to hide. The irony is not lost on me, and it's fucking hilarious. And it forced all his bros. Listen, I'm watching the live stream on EFAP, and they are responding to another live stream, and all the fucking avatars are like some Tron cartoon character with an otter head and a fucking cat, and it's all like this. It's all the gayest shit in the world. And I'm just laughing my ass off at this. But yeah, all the dudes now have to call them out. All of the grifter exposers are forced to call them out, and they didn't want to do it at first because the drinker is so evil. He is so evil that we have to go. Listen, he copped to it. There's a meme from EFAP now where he just got like, when he was asked, like, you know, you do realize you plagiarized the video, but not just word for word, using other people's cuts, editing cuts. And he's all, yeah, that's valid. I'll take the L on that one. That's valid. It was some funny shit, and I was really enjoying it. TJ Jordan, Hollywood cannot collapse fast enough. It's collapsing pretty fast, faster than I thought it would. To the women who complained about Pragmata making men want to be fathers, good news. They're going to passport bros for women who didn't complain. Cosmopolitan, the most trusted name in news, says Southeastern Kaiju. Posting Pepe memes, destroying democracy. What the fuck is wrong with people? How are celebs this out of touch? They are very out of touch. Like, extremely out of touch. They are, by default, narcissists. So, did they ever live amongst society? Patriotic Cat, the celebs who did, I think once you're in Hollywood for 5 or 10 years, you are completely disconnected from whatever you were. Look at nice, sweet Erin Moriarty, who I don't know how she was as a person when she got to Hollywood, but look what's happened to her. Look what happens to everybody who goes there. I was to understand oranges would be advertised. I don't want to brag. All right. Like boasting and bragging. One thing my father taught me was it's super gay. But I'm going to brag. And I'm not going to tell you the answer. But I know what the oranges are for. And you're just going to have to figure it out on your own. Okay. What was Helen Keller's favorite color? Corduroy. How did Helen Keller's parents punish her when she was sad? They left the plunger in the toilet. Hello. Anyone on the panel watching Dorohedoro? No. Zuki, what is it? Lampshades on fire for $2. Disparu, we need an HBO Watchmen review from you. We do, Disparu, and I'm going to do one too, right before Lanterns comes out. So you have my commitment. It's not a Picard, but I'm still going to do a Picard review, okay? It's just, I'm going to have to take a month off for that. I would have to not make videos for a month. But I will be doing a Watchmen review. 100%. The ring answers to one. It has no other master, says Southeastern Kaiju. There is only one Lord of the Ring. Kilgannon 84 for $5. Be honest, aside from Shad and Odin, you've all done worse than Grace. I mean, that's true. As far as, like, if you're talking about sins, are we talking about, because you pointed out the pious folk on our chat, right? So Odin, and Shad. But as far as, I mean, if you're talking about sin, absolutely. 100%. I've done worse than Grace. John Frog Eye S for $5. Az should go full He-Man cosplay to the theater when the movie comes out. I am absolutely for that. I think you should super chat bribe him to do that. I highly recommend it if people feel so, if they want to do that. Fake Wizard's British accent is bloody awful, man. That makes it better. English Batchers. Joe Cole for $2. X-Ray greater than Fake Wizard. No, they're both great. She's a greater producer. She's a greater Canadian. Imperial Fist Stand for $5. Now, if you would stop taking their kids to the overpriced Disney parks, most overrated amusement park I've ever been to. Yeah, I haven't been to Disney World. I don't know. But that's certainly like Disney Plus, canceling Disney Plus is good. But if you really wanted to hurt Disney, you would not go to their park and not go on their cruise, because that's where they make the most money. And then there's merch, and not buy their merch. It's up to you, though. Boycotts hurt people who like, there's a lot of people who work at Disney who aren't assholes. A lot fewer now after the layoffs, but yeah, it's up to you. I mean, I don't go to the parks. I wouldn't go on a fucking Disney cruise. Couldn't pay me to go on a fucking Disney cruise. And I don't buy any of their shit. Best case, Darth Jar Jar beheads Mickey and Grogu. That would be great. Jar Jar redeemed. What's the specific between a Native American and a picnic table? A picnic table can support a family of four. Hail and go Team Venture. Wow. I honestly hope Grogu is a Sith Lord. I do too, Thunderstorm. Judah for $5. Giving instruction to something for laughs only works if we understand at least part of what the instructions mean. I don't know the buttons either. That's true. Gary and Az remind me of our favorite Bull and Pooh. Who's your favorite Bull and Pooh? And why do we remind you of them? I have questions, Big Ounce. I overheard the guys from Midnight's Edge saying something about Gina Carano maybe returning to Star Wars. Have you guys heard something about it? Hail FNT and cheers. Yeah, we discussed it. And I mean, I don't know. But I will repeat again that I don't think she should do it. I don't think she should do it. But I am not her management. And Gina's really cool. We've met shit a few times and had dinner, and she's a really nice lady. She's funny. And her boyfriend could kill you with his pinky. He's a dangerous man, but he's cool. And she's free to do what she wants. Okay. She doesn't have to obviously listen to me. What the fuck do I know? Hail panel, chat and mods. Anyone else just watched Old She on repeat? By the way, at least Snape's nose will be big, not hooked, but big at least. Now, I was, somebody had posted up, it was one of the Harry Potter sites, posted up the cold opening of Deathly Hallows Part 2, which is fucking great, by the way. Music sets the scene. The Dementors are outside of Hogwarts, and then you have Snape framed in that one window overlooking the kids marching in unison and total silence at Hogwarts now that the Death Eaters, and Voldemort has taken over the Ministry. And in that one shot showing what a fucking great actor Snape is, you can see he is conflicted, like he's like pain that he has to do this mission for Dumbledore, and I mean just for the good of humanity, but he's doing this mission for Dumbledore, for Lily and only Lily. And you see the torture in his face, and I'm like, wow, this scene's gonna fucking suck with Black Snape in it. And it just irritated me. Let's see if I can find it. It's really good. I'll have to cut it out, but it's like Harry Potter, Daily Harry Potter. Was that it? Maybe it was Daily Harry Potter. Maybe not. Yeah, I'll never find it. I'll never find it. Oh, I fucking found it. All right, groovy. Let's get a copyright claim from Warner Brothers, shall we? Because this is fucking awesome. One of the great things about Harry Potter is it grew up with a generation, and it got far more serious. And listen, the movies left, I like Voldemort like regularly kills children. Like he's so fucking evil, you know. And even when you go through his past, you don't really ever feel sorry for him. He's just an evil piece of shit. And I love that he's a misunderstood villain. Sure, he had a hard life, but he was pretty much evil from the get-go. He was just a bad egg. He was a bad kid. So this is the cold open for Deathly Hallows Part 2, and it fucking kicks. It's so good. But look at Alan. So fucking good. Now you put Black Snape there, and you're just gonna go fucking hell. But in that one little moment, this is why Alan Rickman was an actor and not an adult pretender. And in a job that he you know what? He took seriously. He read the books. And while he was too old to play Snape, he really embodied the character. And just with that, without saying a fucking word, you get so much from a look. Awesome opening, man. I like the Deathly Hallows movies. I do. Missing a lot, but I like them. Zombie Dude Zero for $9.99. How segregated should YouTube channels be? If I have a channel for reviewing movies and shows, should I have a video game channel separate, or should they be intertwined? They should be separate. Thank you for the advice. Hail, they should be separate. Absolutely separate. One thing, unsolicited advice for content creators: do not hitch your wagon to one show, one game, or even one particular thing. Like, do not hitch your wagon to just comic books or just TV shows. I'm pretty neat. Like, Nerdrotic is pretty niche, admittedly. I'm not going to venture into reviewing comics. I'm not going to do independent film. My main focus is pretty much shit I'm interested in, but it's genre focused. So I will cover fantasy books if one ever comes out, wins a winner. I will cover streaming shows, fantasy, science fiction, superheroes, anything genre, some horror, and drug deals gone bad. But that's about it. And that still limits me, right? Drinker pretty much covers all film. I will never do that. Like, you know, when I come across something like Amelia Perez, when it's like particularly bad or good, I'll happily cover it, but I'm staying genre focused, and I don't even know if that's the best idea, but it's worked out so far. But I would be, you want to like keep it in the lane of entertainment reviews for streaming shows and movies, do an absolute separate channel for gaming. Two different audiences. The problem with gaming I see is just lack of releases and lack of consistent releases. But the good side of that is there's way more originality happening in gaming than there is in entertainment, like by far. M. Spencer for $10. Nobody is talking about Project Hail Mary literally performs alien abduction of a microbe species in the atmosphere to run breeding experiments. Peak, we come in peace energy. That's one way to look at it. Greetings from Croatia. Hail, Croatia. How you doing over there? Hope things are great. Things are, things could be better in America. Now, my life is great. And I hope, you know, individually, you know, everybody in the chat, your families is awesome. We got some problems we need to work out. Gary putting Chrissy out of the foot model biz. Take my money. That's my, yeah, those weren't my feet. You will never, ever, ever see my feet because I'm 57. I got old man feet. Joe Cole for $10. If Eli had been here, he could have confirmed the best and most trusted gun reviewers always tell their relationship with the gun/equipment maker up front. Yeah, Eli is one of the most genuine, kind people on the internet. I'm proud to call him friend. Good dad. Yeah, he's just a fucking good dude. And he deserves every bit of his success, and so does Donut, who just got married. Congratulations, brother. And Brandon Herrera. Brandon Herrera, who's going to be with Ken Paxton in San Antonio. I might go to that on Thursday. Brandon Herrera, another good dude. Ran out of channel names for $2. Says Grace Randolph levels of self-awareness. That's right. Ryan is the kind of guy who'd tell his kid the truth, and he's leaving to pick up cigarettes and never come back. Oh, yes. If Ryan did that, which he would never do, if he did that with his kids, he would just go, kid, I'm going to tell you I'm going to go get a pack of cigarettes, but I ain't coming back. Okay? Life's tough. Ryan wouldn't do that. Ryan might tell his kid to do that, though. Leave Az alone or bully Az till the hair comes back to protect him. Not just fake, but fake plus, says Southeastern Kaiju. If you guys are Colonial Marines on level or LV 426, who's taking what weapon? I want to take the biggest, scariest weapon. Like, it's Colonial Marines. It's future tech. Do they have like a Gatling gun that fires tactical nukes? Because I'd take that. Varn for €5 says Pragmata is great. Spoilers. The game is literally the embodiment of two sayings. No man stands taller than when he stoops to help a child. A society grows great when old men plant trees whose shade they know they shall never sit in. That's a great quote. And how do you like Mouse PI for hire? Mickey Mouse Noir parody? And what is your opinion on TED TV show and The Good Place TV show? What I've seen of the TED TV show, I actually like. I have not played Mouse PI, but I think Chrissy has. A bunch of people have. I kind of like the look of it. I'm thinking about doing this comic shop simulator once I get done with my video. They pop, they come, they go. Gary Beekler, 2026. Did I say that? Did I say that? Chat. I mean, maybe. Maybe. What was it? Fandom Pulse posted, I guess, Megan Shen, who is Mark Hamill's grandchild's mother, was mad at me for something. And I tried to look, but she protected her post. So I just went off of what the Fandom Pulse article said. And apparently somebody sent her a video and she got really mad. Problem is, I haven't talked about her. I don't think I've ever said her name, but I haven't talked about her in 3 years. So it must have been an older video. Okay. She got mad and then she protected her tweets. But towards the end of the post, she said I called her a bunch of names, and that's never happened. That's never happened. So in reference, I would roast Mark Hamill, who thought he was the moral arbiter of the country, by pointing out that he wanted Megan Shen and his son. He wanted Megan Shen to have an abortion. So, and I learned this from the New York Post, by the way. So nobody would know this if she didn't talk to the Daily Mail and the New York Post, which is fine, you know. So I would always point out that this guy who wants to be the moral arbiter and talk about Trump and Trump supporters, it's like, oh yeah, you wanted so I would roast him on Twitter anytime he'd make a post, some political post where he's being the moral arbiter. I go, when are you going to visit your granddaughter? You know, and I ratioed him for a little while and it was fun. And I might have pointed it out in a video, but that's it. That's it. I don't know. I didn't see a link to the video from what it was from, and who knows what I said 3 years ago, but I don't ever recall throwing any pejoratives at her. I was always kind of on her side, you know, because I'm against abortion. So I'm glad she had the daughter, and yeah. But I have no clue of what she got. That was so random. It's like, what? Wow. Yeah, Mark Hamill's not a very good actor. He's a good voice actor with Joker. But he's not a very good actor. But yeah, just throwing. My guess is it's from a live stream from 3 years ago, and I don't know. Now, in fairness to Megan, she didn't specifically say. I said the pejoratives. She kind of insinuated I could, but I didn't. Like, yeah. But I'll never know because I have no idea what video it's from. Udite for $10. It's clearly worse now, but there was always a divide between critics and audience. Yes, always. We just never had the clear comparisons with RT and other big social media expansions. Not to mention the politics. Yes. Best line in Hot Tub Time Machine. Wait. What color is Michael Jackson? Zombie Dude. Gary, please watch IT Crowd if you haven't already. I've watched some IT Crowd. It's great. Chiki Jawa. When do we get the Gary Glitter and Jimmy Savile musical? Hopefully never. Gene the Revenant. Hi, guys. Hi. They should rename the Savant to SPLC Savant. They should. I'm surprised they made a Madonna biopic. Who would even want to see it? Oh, wait. It's just the Clayface movie. Blind date told me her pronouns were they, them. I informed her that my adjectives are silly bint. I would have just said goodbye. Mike Rochburns for 10 British pounds, proper money. Decisions. Will I watch or leave HBO Harry Potter in December? Gonna have to decide whether I want to be racist or homophobic this Christmas. Well, you know, it's life is full of choices. Shame. Jessica Chastain is hot, but nothing makes it more flaccid than woke ideals. Yeah. If the lady's first thing depicts the man successfully getting a woman falsely accused of felony, then I will pay money to see it. That's a good point, Irish John. What are the chances J.K. Rowling and or the Warner HBO folks having seen the I'm Black Snape video? Somebody at the show has seen the I'm Black Snape video, 100%. Maybe even Papa Asiato. The Masterpiece for 15 euros says, I don't care what the other panelists, the super chatters, the YouTube commentators, or X said. I'm glad to have Quarter Black Garrett back as a regular. He is a funny guy. You know, everybody's been wanting him back. What you talking about, Willis? M. Spock. Hollywood is so bad right now. The parents in Beverly Hills fired their nannies and learned their children's names. That's, you know what? It's funny because it's true. Joe Cole says, but Eli being here is the connection to my Venn diagram of brain, geek, and guns. Oh, don't give Jeremy an idea for another fucking channel name, which should be a channel if it isn't. Hail, you pepper backing plops. I don't know what that means. Epsilon for 10 British pounds. I saw a cool video on YouTube, Game of Thrones 2048. It shows what could have been if you check it out. Hail, FNT. I'll have to check it out. Hey, guys, I was wondering what those oranges would do. Well, I mean, I thought the question was, what are the oranges for? What do the oranges do? That takes us into theoretical physics that I don't think we're fucking ready for. Let's be real, Big Ounce. We can ask what the oranges are for, but what do the oranges do? I think if we figured out what the oranges do, then we will be on the path to meeting God. It's that simple. But I don't think we're ready for the math on that one yet. What do you think, chat? How was your weekend? I've been reliably informed that you guys are the biggest racists on the internet. How much did you receive from the SPLC? I'll never tell. Quasi-terrible. That is between me and the SPLC. Are you down with the SPLC? Yeah, you know me. I want some of that SPLC money because it's not tax money, so I wouldn't feel bad about it. It's George Clooney money. Oh no, don't even go there. Don't even go there. I'll do one better. Why oranges? Fuck. You know what? Do you want to tie up every single AI program on the planet for the rest of time and then we'd all be saved? Ask it, why oranges? Or we should go to every AI and ask, what is the answer to life, the universe, and everything? And if it comes back with 42, it's just being cheeky. Ryan is my hero, and Gary is my Hawaiian pizza chef. I'll take it. Raphael Safufire has donated $2. Thank you. Jerry Conway passed away today. His Spider-Man and Fantastic Four was pretty good. I'm also a Firestorm fan. I love the look of Firestorm is awesome. Say what you want about his politics, which weren't cool. but I don't care. But that dude was a damn good writer. He was a great writer. Okay. He was a great writer. And rest in peace. Thank you for all the great comics. Mr. Vod for $5. Gary, I can save you time on watching the Michael movie. Propofol, the end. You're welcome. What does that mean? Occupant 42 for $25 is gifted 5 Rumble subs. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right, we're going to wrap it up there, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for attending the show. Thank you for participating. Thank you to the Modrotics. Thank you to everyone who left a super chat and donation. You help keep the lights on. I'm going to get to work on a video almost right away. And who do we got streaming, X-Ray Girl?
I was just going to send people to the FNT live stream.
Oh, okay. There you go. Yeah, that's going to be wrapping up soon. So enjoy that. That's going to be wrapping up soon. And then we're going to do, the plan is to do evergreen vids. So top 5s, reviews. So all the evergreen videos are going to be streaming 24/7. 24/7 for a little while. We're going to keep it going for a little while. All right. So see you guys tomorrow for Real BBC. Have a good day.